Do you know what?
Yes.
Last week I casted the ZergLord again. And he messaged me and he's like, "No, please don't cast me." I'm like, "Why?" He said, "Every single time you cast me, I lose." I'm like, "Oh."
Damn. Please, please, he needs to win now. I think he needs to win. He needs to overcome this trauma that you caused him for your very existence. Like, because you exist, you caused him this pain, you know? So I think that we should do right now is to wish him luck, to wish him the best. The chat should give all the energy to this man right here at the top right corner. He is from Brazil. I'm pretty sure he's gonna give up a really good fight. He is TheZergLord.
And spawning in, oh my god. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Peruvian Protoss player representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is XionS.
Oopa. And you know, this drone right there, I love that detail. It's kind of like the probe's gonna go upstairs, and the drone's gonna sneak in, and boom, that's the hatchery, and that's it. I love that decision making. The ZergLord making every detail count. This wasn't a 12 pull, right? This was kind of like 16. 13, 14, 16.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Never seen this before. I think he's trying to catch XionS out of guard, perhaps, or force him into making gates first and then the Nexus. That would be a mistake. But XionS is just too good, you know. He already knows everything. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna take the Nexus anyway. I'm just gonna make a Zealot. That would be the only difference. And he doesn't have the necessity of pulling probes. So yeah, I think XionS has got the better positioning unless those Zerglings do something good.
Yeah, exactly. Like these six lings, like all you do need to do is chrono out this initial zealot, make sure you have a full wall off, which we don't have yet, but XionS is about to get on top of. There we go. He throws down the gateway. These lings shouldn't deal too much damage. They can get some pretty nice surface area on the cyber core, and again, he's gonna try and force Zealot out of position.
Yeah, he's having a hard time on the cybernetics core.
Get
killed. Oh my god! What's happening here? What's going on here? The Zealot is trying to leave, and that was very close. That was so close. The probes were key in order to allow the Zealot to go back to his place, to go back to... Man, that was just too close.
Yeah, that was insane. And also XionS, it felt like he was being a little bit greedy here, but I say greedy, he was actually taking this very seriously. He threw down a shield battery as well as a sentry as well instead of an adept to go across the map. So yeah, maybe overreacting a little bit here, but I mean, at least he's safe and at least the Zell didn't die.
Yeah, and the sentry is a good unit, you know, although it's gonna delay the tech, especially Stargate. Stargate's gonna arrive late because of this. He's gonna have a lot of scout, you know, and that's the most vital thing. Every time you play against a player who goes for a bizarre build, you know, it's very weird to see players go for a 15, 16 pull and then go for the hatchery and build 6 links. So XionS, it's kind of like on a blinded position, so he needs to scout and see the commitment of the Zerg to see if he's getting the lair already. Are there many drones or not? Those informations are key in order to know if you have to take the third expansion or not.
Yeah, exactly, because there could have totally been like more tech behind this. It could have been even, I don't know, like an Evo chamber or a faster Roach Horn as well. So thankfully XionS is aware that nothing crazy was going on, you know, nothing too early, just drones, so he can very safely transition. And we can see, interesting, he's opting not to commit to the Sky Toss.
Yeah, and I think the Overlord's gonna scout this, so this is not like the best thing for XionS, but it's gonna give the ZergLord a little bit of a doubt. He's gonna be like, what are you gonna do? Are you going for the Twilight really? Are you trying to go for a mind game? Or is this kind of like a mixed up build? You know, there are many chances. There's a lot of variations, so the Overlord itself is not gonna do the job. He needs to scout once again in order to confirm if there are many gates that are being made or not, you know.
Yeah, exactly. The gateway count's going to be important. I think the other important thing is that the ZergLord didn't get into the natural and he didn't scout the gases either, which would have been a big tell that it is going to be charged. So unfortunately, the ZergLord is a little bit in the dark right now, and this can be scary because I've seen XionS go for this, where he just gets a bunch of charge lots and he pushes out with charge lots and void rays. And if your opponent isn't ready, like this can catch them off guard.
DTs are also going to be mixed up. Well, what is this build, mate? What is this build? You know what? Let's get everything.
Yeah.
Are void rays good? Yes. Zealots, A-click, beautiful. DTs, they cannot be detected and they kill with one shot. Just marvelous. It's like everything on a single pack, and let's see if it works.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and the ZergLord, he wasn't able to go in for a second scout. He didn't get Overlord speed or anything. Right now, he's waiting for his lair to finish up, and maybe he can go for an Overseer scout. But again, he's still in the dark, and I mean, thankfully, he will have access to mobile detection because he does have his lair, and he does have spores just in case the DTs get in.
Yeah, I think that these are gonna be are not gonna be like decisive. Maybe if there are Archons on this composition, that would be a complete different story.
Yeah.
But the gas is being used at the Skytoss units. So I believe that XionS is got a very good chance of perhaps catching the ZergLord out of guard, and I think it's happening.
Oh my god, the wall is not a wall. The Zealots take on top of all these things. The Lings are all going to go down. The Queens are not in the best position either, and the problem is that if all these Queens die, nothing can deal with the Void Rays.
Yeah, 2 queens are there. I think XionS needs to focus down the queen with more energy, but he's not doing that. He's very afraid. He's just willing to go and try to kill as many overlords and drones as possible, and that's it. XionS is losing an opportunity, I feel like.
Definitely. There was definitely a world there where he could have tried to dive on top of the queens, but now it's too late. 2 more queens have popped out. Now they have plenty of energy to transfuse each other. More Zealots come across the map. Can he force a denial here on this base? It looks like he definitely should.
Yeah, thank God it was just a denial. Oh my God, I was afraid. I was like, why is he not canceling? What's happening here? But no, he's just too good. He knows that is happening, and the ZergLord now is in a very comfortable position. XionS already realizing that his intentions of trying to kill the ZergLord have failed, so he's now taking the gases and a 4th base himself. Yeah, I don't see chance for XionS to be ahead in this game, but I do see him prevail in the late game if he ever gets into that stage.
Yeah, like unfortunately, like Plan A, like his initial push didn't deal as much damage as he wanted to, right? Unfortunately, like, as we saw, he made a decision. There was to be a little bit less aggressive, to go for overlords, to go for drones instead. And now he's going to pay the price for it because the Hydra Den is done. Roach Hydra is coming across the map. We do see the cancel on the 4th base. There is no way for XionS to defend this, and even the 3rd. Is it possible? He does have shield batteries. He does have overcharge. Maybe he can hold here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna hold. Ooh. And the DTs are trying to do a very good job at trying to kill the drones, and indeed they are doing a very good job, but the battery overcharge is very exposed and roaches are gonna be able to kill them. The Hydralisk on the other hand are getting massacred by the Void Rays, and look, the ZergLord is forced to leave because he's got no detection. And XionS is starting to defend this. What's happening here?
Like, things were looking really bad for XionS there. He lost 2 of the Void Rays in the defense. He was losing all his stacked structures as well. But no Overseer, no detection. Mate, invisible units, that's all you need.
The Invisible Man, that's all you need. And look, he goes once again. There's 2 overlords, overseers right now, and they are in a very good position. The Hydralisk are defending these units, and yeah, I think now this is just the last dagger that he's gonna use against XionS, because he's in a very huge trouble. There's no battery overcharge available for him, so I think this 3rd base is just simply gonna die, and with that, the hopes of XionS to win this game.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, he just didn't have enough to defend against that counterattack. The Void Rays were not enough here. He does have 3 Void Rays being made at a time. But again, mate, there are plenty of Hydras here. There is no way, and XionS knows that. He's going across the map.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I gotta do some damage. I gotta make him feel uncomfortable. But no, he just simply realizes it's too late. Even if he's able to kill a hatchery and a lot of drones, he's not gonna have bases. You don't win without bases. That's the... So he realized that, and GG will play. XionS takes the first game of the series.
GG. Again, the ZergLord proving himself, that, sometimes he has a couple of weeks where he's a little bit off, maybe he's a little bit sick, maybe he's a little bit drunk, and he loses to Cristiano, but here he proves that he's still...
Nah.
He's a good player,
You know what? I feel damaged. You're hurting me. You're making me feel...
Oh,
I used to like you, mate. I subscribed to your channel, but now everything's broken. Everything's broken pieces. I'm feeling the emotions right now. Right.
What are you talking about, mate? Mate, you were gifted that sub to the channel. You didn't subscribe. What are you talking about? I saw when you got the gifted sub.
No,
look at this
mate.
guy.
I used my money, and I work for that money every day. It's not like I'm studying in the university and that's it. No, I work every day for this money, and I used that money so that I could give it to you so you can keep on this cast. But no, people just don't see it. I'm just gonna cry again. Just give me a minute.
Well, while Cristiano, he takes care of himself while he wipes his tears, we have, of course, in the top left-hand corner of Berlingrad LE, we have the Brazilian Zerg player. He is blue, representing Amantes de StarCraft. It is the ZergLord.
Sniff. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Representing at the bottom right corner, he is the Peruvian Protoss player. Indeed, the best Peruvian Protoss player. Al mismísimo, from Unidos por el Vicio, XionS.
That was a very interesting game one from both players. Not the most standard game.
Yeah, DTs, that 14-16 hatchery, many things went very strange, I would say, but this game, on the other hand, very standard. I love it. Both players are just confident on themselves. They're like, you know what, let's get it to the mid game, at least, XionS goes Kaitos, which is kind of like the meta days. I believe that he's gonna pull this game to a late game. He's very good at the late, but the chances of that happening are very low because XionS is the type of player that loves to tiny pushes. He goes always for a strategy that allows him to win at 3 bases. Like kind of like if you see XionS on 3 bases, you're kind of like, he wants to do something, he wants to be aggressive or something. It's very strange to see XionS take a 4th base after he macros up his 3rd base. It's just something that I haven't seen very recent from him.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I've seen XionS in the late game, like with his Sky Toss. And, I mean, there are a couple of things to be said. His biggest weakness is that he does avoid splash damage for a long time. It takes him a long time to get, like, Storm or Colossus or Disruptors or anything. He just tries to get pure Sky Toss, sometimes to his detriment. But, regardless, he's still a very good player in that late game if he gets there. And we'll see if he can, as... Massive shout out to ARJ Skater in the chat for the gifted subs. Unfortunately, Cristiano already got his gifted subs, but shout out to Crown Password for getting the gifted subs. Gracias, ARJ Skater. Gracias.
And thank you so much. All that money is going to my wallet, so thank you. Nah, just kidding. I don't get paid here. I'm crying. Once again, you make me cry always, mate. Why you do this to me?
Look, look, it helps me know that you're alive, okay? Like it's tears of love, Cristiano, tears of love.
Tears of love. What? Are you insane? What? You make me suffer. You make me cry. Did you say that's love? Are you a psychopath?
The best kind of love, man. What are you talking
No,
about?
it's kind of like a sociopath or something like that. Oh my god. And third base is coming from XionS at minute 3 and 50 seconds, which means it's kind of like the trap variation, 10 seconds late. That is because he's going for the Twilight and Stargate at the same time. He's going once again for that build, and I believe he's going for the charge.
Yeah, once again, no gases here at the natural base either, so this should be for charge. We'll see if we get confirmation. And to be fair, there it is. I do think that this will hit a little bit stronger on this map. Of course, we didn't get to talk about it, but this is the smallest map in the map pool. Counterattacks, pushes do hit that little bit harder. They are built a little bit different, so maybe that'll work to XionS' advantage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it will happen. Look, he canceled the Void Ride. He's going for a full committed charge all in, and now he pulls the Void Ray again. What was that? Yeah, you know, XionS things. I think he knows what he's doing, so I'm not gonna criticize him.
Yeah.
But yeah, perhaps it was on purpose. I don't know, but there's kind of like an indecision. Perhaps he's a little bit nervous or unsecured of how this build is meant to be. You know. But he's doing a great job at taking control of the map with the Void Rise, trying to see if he can get any overload or any sort of kind of like disturbing the Zerg from his macro management. And he's doing something very good, but the TheZergLord is just a very good player, you know. He doesn't care if his overlords get killed by the Void Rise. He just keeps up the macro like nothing happens, and there you go. He now is got charge zealots, so he already knows that there's an attack on the way, and he's making roaches.
Yeah, roaches are on the way. We have our queens, we have our spores in each of the mineral lines. By the way, XionS once again is going for those DTs as a follow-up, but here we go. XionS is across the map. He's trying to focus down the queens. This time he does get the first one. He'll get the second. Can he get the rest though?
Oh my god, he's gonna get the third. Oh, he got the third one, and that queen had a lot of energy. That was a very important queen, so that was a nice trade from XionS. With only 4 zealots, he was able to do miracles, and I think he needs more army supply, because the TheZergLord is mad. He's like, you killed my queens, now I'm gonna kill your third. He's like, I'm pissed off, you know. And XionS knows this. He, instead of making more zealots, he invests these minerals into static defense, and it's a very criticizable decision because Ravagers can easily deal with this. But since the TheZergLord is not doing those Ravagers, it's gonna work out pretty well to XionS, you know.
Yeah, like, I mean, the TheZergLord, instead of going for the Ravagers, he has the Hydrogen, right? That's where he wants to invest his gas. He's still gonna go and push out, and we have a couple of Ravagers on the way. But I do think that maybe XionS could have been a little bit more aggressive with his initial push again. I do think that, again, maybe he could have done a little bit more. But right now, he does find a very nice route around the map, and he's gonna be able to get the natural. Oh my god! Oh, it's so close!
Indeed. Yeah, that's it. He gets the natural. He's gonna get a couple Ravagers as well. And this was a very nice trade. That's what XionS needed. Now behind it, I believe the best decision will take a 4th base, so that you buy yourself time to get the important units, which are the Immortals. And XionS knows. He's like, man, I'm gonna get so all in. You know, he knows roaches are coming. That's why he's making a lot of batteries, a lot of cannons, and he's going for that double robo. He's going full committed into Immortals, and the queens now with the Hydras are coming, and I believe Disruptors would be the best unit in circumstance, but you know, XionS, it's a bit desperate. He knows that he needs Immortals right now.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that he did invest in other forms of tech instead of the Robotic Spade. The Robotic Spade is on the way, but it's also quite late, right? It's not here for the first push at the TheZergLord. He's pushing into the natural base. He has his Ravagers. He has his Hydras as well. Overcharge is being pumped. He's trying to get on top of the Immortals, and I think he's going to be able to get them. Oh god.
Yeah, and the Immortals are being held by the battery overcharge, and so far so good for Science. He's doing a very decent defense, and oh my god, the Void Rays are doing also a good job. The Immortals are killing absolutely everything, and the ZergLord gets completely denial.
Wow, I love it actually came into play. I love that both Robos were at the third base, so the reinforcements, they were just coming straight into the fight. It was amazing to see the Immortals pop out, and Xyons, he holds.
Yeah, he holds, and that's it. You know, it's kind of like now it's time to counterattack.
Yeah.
And Void Rays are killing a lot of Overlords as well, and these are 5 Immortals.
Keep
They're
going!
on the way.
Puppy! Like, this is the thing about Berlingrad. You defend, and then, like, 1 second later, you're across the map and you're already in your opponent's face. But, Xyons, he turns around, he takes the 4th base instead.
Yeah, I think he's waiting for the Colossus because he knows he needs more splash damage if he wants to commit an attack against the Hydralisk. So, that's a very wise, but it gives the ZergLord a little bit chance, I think. But it's very difficult now for the ZergLord to get back into the game. Templar Archives should be the best option for Science, and already finishing. So the gas that he's banking up is gonna be used on High Templars and, of course, Archons, and that will be the doom of ZergLord.
Yeah, definitely. Like, this is a very powerful ground-tossed army on the way here for Xyons, and the ZergLord needs so much to defend. Like, Roach Hydra is not good enough. He's going to need Lurkers. Lurker Den starts now, at the same time as the Hive. Arguably a little bit too late, though. As, again, it shouldn't take too long for Xyons to feel confident enough to push out again.
Yeah, and more Archons are on the way. I think he wants, for this very huge push timing, he wants to make sure that the ZergLord is gonna get killed by the Eklik. So, oh yeah, what's gonna happen here?
Yeah, exactly. The Hydras are pushing out a little bit, but they're exposing themselves. Lurker Den is still not done. He needs a little bit more time before he can get any Lurkers out, and it's too late. Xyons is already here. He's in his face, and there's basically just Hydras and Roaches.
And look at the engagement. The ZergLord is trying to do some magic and working out pretty well, but bad part of this is that he doesn't have much army supply, so GG will play. Science takes this game, and this is starting to look very interesting.
Yeah, definitely. GG. We are going into our ace match. That was a very nicely done executed build from Xyons. Like, the way that he was anticipating the counterattack, the aggression, not just that, but the way that he was able to weave around the map, and because there was very little vision from the ZergLord, Xyons, like, the move, when he went into the natural, when he sniped that hatchery, and he forced the entire army to come back home, that was insane.
Yeah, and the ZergLord was kind of like desperate. He was not like, he didn't know what to against those types of moves from the Protoss players, because these moves are very strange. You know, no one goes with 5 Void Rays and 4 Zealots around the map counter you every time you move your army. You know, it's kind of like so bizarre. It happened. You know, Science made this opportunity come into reality, and the ZergLord was kind of like in shock. He was like, "What do I do? Do I go back or not?" And he just thought that going back was the best option. You only kill the Zealots, and Zealots are very affordable every time you trade them well. You know, this time it was a whole hatchery, so it delays the ZergLord's macro and it gives you an economical advantage. So congratulations to Science. He was a very good game, and let's see how it goes with this final ace match.
Well, yeah, let's see how this ends, as I'm honestly a little bit surprised. Due to the veto process, we had Berlingrad, and now we have Curious Minds, some of the most aggressive and open maps out there in the map pool. My god, I don't know how this is gonna go, man.
Oh yeah, and you know what? Let's just go straight into the players, because representing at the bottom right corner, he is the player from Brazil, El Mismísimo, TheZergLord.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Curious Minds LE, we have the Peruvian Protoss player. He is red, representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is XionS. Oh my god, getting 12 pulled!
Not again, please. Nah, this is a real 12 pull right now.
Yeah.
So this is much more committed than the first game. I think XionS does not know about this just yet. And once he realizes, there could be a chance that it's too late, you know. But let's see how the probe moves. Yeah, he's gonna realize. He's like, oh, damn it. Here we go again. And look, is he gonna be able to scout this? Yes, he knows that the spawning pool is there, that the Zerglings are on the way. All he needs to do now is to see if the hatchery is on the low ground, and there you go, there it is. Zerglings are up in the game, and XionS is expanding behind this like nothing's happening.
Yeah, very bold move, especially because we do have another wave of Lings coming out behind this for the ZergLord. So, again, pretty committed Ling attack on the way. One Zealot may not be enough here. He does need to make sure he keeps his probe here to wall off just in case things go wrong. Oh, God.
And things can go wrong very easily. Two probes and a Zealot are trying to defend this, but as you guys can see, the gate is being very damaged, and I think the Zerglings are gonna get in.
Oh my god, the gateway is going to go down, and now the Lings, they can either go for the pylon or go for the natural mineral line. He actually goes for the Zealot.
Yeah, he instantly goes for the Zealot. He knows that's the only defense that he has, and now the probes are gonna get killed. Another Zealot is going down, and the ZergLord with a successful 6-pull attempt. Now he is dominating the game. He's making pros feel unsafe. He's making him pull up the drones, the workers. So this is just too bad for him. Look, what's happening?
Oh my god. So much lost mining time here. Of course, eventually XionS will defend, but look at that mineral income here. The ZergLord behind this, he's been droning up. He has a massive economic advantage now.
Oh my god. I think XionS is on a very bad spot. He needs be very patient right now. Perhaps make a couple of adepts in Oracle. Anything that can make him go back into the game. He only has 22 workers, and the ZergLord is already on 3 bases. This is just too bad, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there were a lot of wasted resources here as well. Meanwhile, the ZergLord, I mean, his Overlord is going to go down without too much scouting, so I guess that is something here for XionS. Does supply block the ZergLord for a little bit. But yeah, I agree. Like, we'll see what XionS does from here. Is he still going to go for a Stargate, or is he going to go, like, straight into Adepts, like you said, to go across the map?
Yeah, and for now, I think that XionS, with the Adept, the only thing that he's gonna be able to do is to confirm the presence of third base and to try to see if there's anything important on the natural, but that's it, you know. And it's very risky if the Zerg gets use that Adept and you have no way to scout. But this time, the ZergLord, his link speed is very late, and this could be a message to XionS. He's like, investing because my link, I'll rather have it on technology. But he doesn't know that the ZergLord is indeed researching this upgrade on a much more stage of the game. So there's a lot of things going on in this game right now, and XionS is definitely not in advantage.
Yeah, like, there's a couple of things that XionS has to be careful of. Probably the biggest one is that Curious Minds, this third base, is so, like, isolated as well that it is quite vulnerable, not just to, like, regular aggression, but also to potentially to Queen Walks, if the ZergLord decides to go for that. Thankfully for XionS, he's not going for just pure Sky Toss. He is going for, pretty similarly to previously, a Stargate into a Twilight Council, but this time he has more gas. He's not mining from his gas at his natural though. I have to wonder if he's gonna go for the exact same opener again. Is he gonna go for charge?
Yeah, and look, there's a lot of links on the third base. He's trying to see if he can perhaps force a cancel, but that's not going to happen. The Void Ray is gonna do a pretty good job at trying to alone those goddamn units, and the third base is trying to be saturated from the Zerg player, and Science once again he's going for charge timing. This is another deja vu. Three games, the same build.
I think this is just his go-to. I think he just feels safe or comfortable with just doing this over and over and over again. And to be fair, we've had mixed success. I am worried though, because again, like this time, this will be delayed quite a bit more just because of the opener and how this has kind of started out. We'll see if XionS can somehow make this work in Game 3.
You're completely right. I mean, that start from XionS is delaying everything. You know, he's 80 supply versus a Zerg that's not even like making roaches just yet. You know, he's not making a lot of army supply, just enough army supply to defend any little aggression. And he's drawing, you know, he's comfortable, he's getting his fourth base, and he can do this anytime because Zealots don't even have charge just yet.
Exactly. Charge is about to finish up, and again, XionS is going to be pushing out, but look at how many roaches we have. We have our queens as well as our spore to deal in more than enough to deal with all of these void rays, and this time the zealots aren't going to get anywhere near these queens.
The roaches are doing a fantastic job of keeping away those zealots from the queens, and as you guys can see, the queens now are alive. They are completely reckless. They just simply leave, you know, and that's very good for the ZergLord because it allows him to get himself enough time to make Hydralisks and to have energy in order to transfuse. So now ZergLord having a very good advantage.
Exactly. Meanwhile, XionS, he's doing the same transition. Double Robo +1. I'm going to be a little bit concerned if he goes straight into Immortal production, which he probably will to start with, but like I feel like this time he needs to cut some corners and go straight into Disruptors or something, right? Because this next push, it's gonna hit harder, it's gonna hit faster for the ZergLord. I don't know if he'll have enough. Maybe he will, because hey, that's a lot of cannons.
That's just too many cannons. There's a lot of workers, you know. There's a lot of workers on the third base. There's no fourth base attempt from XionS, so this is clearly a commitment for him. You know, he wants to attack with everything he's got. The DTs are trying to do some miracles, but as you guys can see, the Spore is able to see absolutely everything. The Void Rays are trying to be the heroes for our friend XionS, but it just seems too difficult, you know.
Yeah, the problem is that he just can't move out. He just doesn't have enough. He has the defender's advantage, sure, but like he just gives everything up to the ZergLord. Meanwhile, the ZergLord, he's finally pushing out across the map. +1 isn't done yet, but it's on the way for our Zerg player, and he's trying to pull apart the army of XionS here.
Yeah, and now he's respecting the cannons. He's like he's traumatized. He's like, oh my god, these cannons, not again, please. And he just leaps, and now he's gonna try to attack from another angle because he knows that the army composition from the Protoss players is just too good against his own army composition. So lurkers should be added into this game. Let's see what happens next.
It's true. It's one of those things where the ZergLord, he may be up 70 supply, but the Protoss tools are just too good, you know. Like, what's he gonna do? He just can't break this. So he's gonna take up. He's actually going for a Spire. Oh my god.
And I don't know why he's trying to kill the static defense on the third base when there are a lot of battery shields in the army itself. You know, battery overcharge I think should be the wise choice in this case, but Hydralisk and Roaches are just beating everything.
Yeah, he's trading very well here, and that's the important word here. He's trading. He was very close to maxing out. He had to get rid of all these roaches. Roaches are not really what he wants right now. He wants more of a Hydra, Lurker, Ling Bane, like Viper-focused army, and he needs to clear up that supply.
Oh yeah, indeed. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that our friend XionS is some way, somehow, he's like surviving, but it is because, as you guys can see, the ZergLord is making 19 Mutalisk. Is this Jadon?
Oh my god, he's back from the military. Jadong, he's here. He's playing in Sentimiento Latino and he's making 20 mutas. He's going to be going across the map and there's no blink, there are no archons, there's regular stalkers, like there's the main and the natural are so exposed.
Indeed, and I don't know what's gonna happen here. I really don't know. It's like if Void Rays get the right shots, perhaps there could be something. There are Archons, perhaps, but no, it just seems so hopeless for Protoss play. Look at. Would you imagine if we were able to watch the players' faces every time they play? I think Sion's face right now is like he's very upset. You know, he's very tilted right now. He's like, "Why are you doing this to me?"
Yeah, he's all in. He knows it. He's going for the massive A move, F2 A move across the map because there is no way that he can defend at home, and he has to try and end the game as best he can. Is he gonna go for a recall? Oh my god. Okay, never mind. As the mutas are wreaking havoc, maybe Zions can try and kill a couple of aces.
Yeah, and the Mutalisks are not being killed. There are just too many Mutalisks. Oh my god. And on the other side, the army from the Protoss player, he's trying to kill a lot of hatchery, take out the bases from the Zerg player, but he hasn't killed workers, you know. It's very strange to me to see the ZergLord that many Mutalisks and not be afraid of the Archons, but in the time the Colossus are trying to ignite, one Colossus goes down. I think with Stalkers you're not gonna be able to.
Yeah, exactly. And you're right. Like, we should have seen some Archons. We should have seen some DTs, and they could have definitely morphed in. But without any Archons, there is not enough anti-air here. If the ZergLord wanted to, he could just go in with his entire army and just take it to Zions, even with all these cannons. But the ZergLord, he's playing the safe again, playing like Jadong, just controlling nothing but mutas and just doing what he can with them, picking off what he can.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And Phoenixes are now away. There's only one production, so good luck against that many Mutalisks.
Yeah.
And look, the engagement is coming. The Zerlings are getting on top of the Stalkers, which is just too difficult for them in order to kill everything. The Colossus are very good against them. That's it, they don't shoot in the air. And this is just from bad to worse, ladies and gentlemen. I think Science is last minute.
Yeah, exactly. The ZergLord, he has secured his victory. Obviously, he took a bit of an early lead with his 12 pool opener, and things just kind of snowballed from there. He had such an economic lead that he could go into this mass muta style, and apparently he had no fear about any Archons whatsoever, and he was right not to fear. He just kills everything, mate.
Yeah. I don't know why Science is still in the game. I think he really wants to give up everything he's got, you know. He's not willing to give up anything unless it's completely necessary. Kind of like the competitor. That's why he's the best in Peru. I wish him the best, but the Mutalisk, man, they just simply don't have an answer.
Exactly, and here we go. The ZergLord finally goes for a bit more of an A-click, a bit more of a committed move here with his entire army. He gets in, he breaks into the natural base, everything is going to be going down. At the same time, we have a DT across the map, but it's not going to do anything, it's just here. It's just... There's plenty of detection, and Zions, he taps out. GG.
Ay, ay, ay. that was just massacred, you know. And I won against this guy. That's how good I am, you know. Kappa.
Kappa. Congratulations, the ZergLord. He will move on to the finals.
And look, he won the game. He won the series. So it wasn't your fault. It was his fault for being a bad player. No, I'm just kidding. The ZergLord, congratulations. You are in the finals. Something that I will never achieve. So, how do you say Nvidia?
Envy.
Yeah, I'm jealous right now. You know, I have all the hate, all the bad emotions inside me.
God damn. And that's why he's casting. As again, congratulations to the ZergLord and our 2 finalists. XionS, better luck next time. More than that though, I don't like that he went for the same build 3 games in a row. You know, you don't want to be too predictable like that, right? You want to have a little bit more available in your arsenal, so bit of a feels bad, man. Meanwhile, I am just being notified here. It looks like Cristiano, you know, he's gonna abandon us. You know, he got those gifted subs and now he wants out, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I already got the money. What else do I need? I mean, thank you all for your attention. I'm out of here. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I have to leave. So thank you so much for letting me hide in. And what's the word you always use every time we joke around? Like,
what word do I use?
It's kind of cheesy, something like that. I don't remember.
Whoa, cheesy?
Something like that. I really don't remember. Which was the word? Please let me know. I'm not gonna be able to sleep if you don't tell me.
What do you? I don't know what you mean.
Every time we start doing like buy ourselves time in order to get into the next game, we start joke around, you know. Like, you say a word like we are just ba-ba-bum, and I don't know. and I forgot, you know.
What are you saying?
Look, next time you use that word, I'm gonna scream. I'm like, okay. Yeah, that's the word.
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, thank you so much, Cristiano, for for casting
thank you for
with
being
me.
A drug addict.
Yeah,
thank you for being a racist, for being a person who envies everyone.
Yeah, for calling out Elvis Crespo
thing.
And all this stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the worst thing is that I play Protoss. I mean, there's no one should forgive me. Like, yeah, Funada Cristiano, everyone in the chat.
Sí, Funada Cristiano in the chat. Oh, God. But before you leave us, mate, where can people find you? Are you going to be streaming? And if not, why don't you stream more, mate? What's going on?
Because I'm in depression, mate. You know what university is like? Oh my God, I'm dying. But I'm very blessed to be here. So thank you for the opportunity, and you always allow me to be. I was gonna say a word, but for letting me be myself. Let's leave it that way. Like, people can say, "What's Cristiano?" Yeah, that word. So thank you very much. Now the finals are coming, so hopefully you guys can enjoy. This will be literally like the most highest level of game in Sentimiento Latino on this version. So, I mean, if you're ever hoping to see something good, this is it. This is the moment. So stay tuned, and hopefully you can enjoy my friend's cast. Light is very good.
Thank you, Cristiano. Thank you. If you want to give him some love, again, Funada Cristiano, because he still doesn't have any social media. He has like Instagram and that's it, and he doesn't even use Instagram. So I know what the hell this guy's doing. But he does have a Twitch channel, CristianoX 69 or something. So make sure you follow him.
66, please. Oh my God, 69, such a perfect number. I mean, every time I go to church, I hear these types of things. I mean, the world is lost, you know. Everyone lost their faith, and now we're all gonna die in the apocalypse. So, people like you shouldn't deserve to live.
Whoa!
Using 69, man. Oh my God.
The
devil is here, you know. The devil is here.
Shaking my head. Well, thank
it's the devil's there, you know. It's the devil's there.
What do you say?
Thank you.
What do you say?
So with these last words of of encouragement and friendship, I have to say goodbye.
Get out of here! Get out of here! God damn it.